Hello and welcome to Moment of Truth on Labour Social. I'm Graham Hughes. Failed mayoral candidate Shaun Bailey is in the news again for all the wrong reasons. Again. This time it's because of sexist and misogynistic comments that he made aimed at Carol Vorderman, broadcast, and stay with me here because you're not going to believe this, on Gammon Box News, the last refuge of a gobshite. Second place Shaun claimed that Vorderman could not be a serious political commentator because she, checks notes, posts pictures of herself at the gym on social media. In his tiny little mind, it's either one or the other. Bailey, an abject failure at winning elections, said, on one hand, she's got all that stuff, she's a serious political commentator. And then if you look at her Instagram, it's all pictures of her bums, plural, and her boobs. So what is it here? She can't be both. He said this live on GB Not Really News, home to a seemingly infinite conveyor belt of problematic dimwits, bullies and possible nonsense. But when you come for the Queen, you better not miss. Vorderman shot back at Failey Bailey, tweeting that he had shown himself to be a misogynist. She also admonished him for his attendance at the Jingle and Mingle party during the COVID-19 pandemic, which, she quite rightly pointed out, made him a rule maker who had broken the rules. Can't have it both ways, she quipped. So Shaun thinks that women who wear lycra in the gym shouldn't be allowed a political opinion, or, I assume, a vote, Vorderman tweeted. Failed mayoral candidate, #sexist Shaun, was made a lord last year. Yet another Tory honour for dishonour. It was a brilliant response, and it was backed by Marina Perkis, Supertansky and Ava Evans, amongst others. Evans, if you remember, was targeted by another failed mayoral candidate, Lawrence Crystal Meth Mosley Fox, last year, with some vile, truly vile sexual slurs, once again on GBBs, the channel for the furiously harder thinking. The fact that GB News have still not had their broadcast license suspended by Ofcom tells you everything you need to know about the disgraceful levels of cronyism that goes on between the regulators and the regulated in Tory Britain. Shaun Wooden Spoon Bailey had been wheeled out to defend Tory MP Johnny Mercer, aka Johnny Minge, who himself lashed out at Vorderman last week for simply sharing figures revealing a rise in homelessness amongst armed forces veterans, in direct contradiction to Mercer's promises and subsequent claims. But why is Dudley Dunnout Bailey going on the telly defending a random Tory junior minister? Well, you see, former burglar Shaun Bailey, a guy who broke the law not just by breaking into people's houses as a young man, but also by holding a massive piss up in the middle of lockdown when you couldn't be with your dying nan, is now, like his fellow London mayoral fail whale, Zach Goldsmith, a member of the House of Lords. He was made a peer by none other than Blobby Johnson in his resignation dishonours list. Not my Lord Bailey not only had a fully catered knees up in his office during the COVID crisis, he actually posed for a photo with the fellow Tory lawbreakers on his staff. He exemplifies that toxic mix of stupidity and arrogance that makes Tory voters go weak at the knees. And as a reward for that, he is now an unelected lawmaker for life. Another one, in the words of Brenda from Bristol. Keir Starmer today pledged to clean up politics when Labour are in office. I hope to hell that involves yeeting the entire House of Lords into the deep blue sea and replacing it with a proportionally elected upper chamber. And while they're at it, Labour also needs to clean up the media. A handful of nasty old billionaires who live thousands of miles away, controlling a vast chunk of the UK's means of mass communication, is a grotesque distortion of everything the free press is supposed to stand for. Leveson 2 is urgently needed, and Ofcom needs to be purged of all members of the chumocracy and given actual teeth to go after and shut down the likes of GB News for breaching broadcasting regulations time and time again. What's your take on all this? Do you think that Tories can have shit for brains and toxic opinions at the same time? Let me know in the comments below.